Here's a couple Austrian pieces captured during the Civil War. Austrian 6-pounder bronze rifled howitzer. Originally used by the Austrian Army, sold to the Confederacy. These were cast in the 1850s. Again, you get your bird droppings all over the thing. You get your copper flowing off into the ground where it's dissolved by the acid rain. You can pretty well make out on this one the trophy number. This is trophy number 24. Okay. See if there are any marks on it. I don't see any marks on the trunnions. They got quite a few marks back here. A for Austria. Looks like number 1cc or something. I don't know what that means. And then I got some more numbers back here that are original numbers to the manufacturer. Number 142, 732 Austrian pounds, made in Vienna, 1852. Got a good capture inscription, real deep on this one. Austrian rifled howitzer. All right, captured on board the steamer Columbia, August 3rd, 1862. So that's a historic piece, captured from the Confederacy. And they've got a little, there would have been a sliding breech sight back here. There's your steel trunnion sight, again corroding off as rapidly as it can. There's more green on the concrete down there from the dissolving copper. See quite a bit of it. So this one has very deep engraving, and it may last another 50 years, but after that it'll start to become invisible out here in the acid rain. I can't tell if there's a mark on that trunnion or not. Here's the mate to it. Now we can even see the rifling on this piece. It's got 6 very deep flat grooves. The contour on either side of the groove is a bit different. This is made for, this is rifled on the Beaulieu system, B-E-A-U-L-I-E-U, that used shells with two circles of 6 studs made out of zinc or sometimes copper that rode in those grooves. And to load the shell, you actually stuck the shell in so that the studs would stick into the grooves, and then you could ram it home. See that rifling? Beaulieu system. This is the Navy sign on this one. Seen better days, but you can still read it. And again, they got the bird droppings all over it. The dissolving steel trunnion sight. This is made in Vienna, 1854. Number 242, 715 Austrian pounds. And there's a big S. I don't know whether this is a rifled insert. That's possible. See the scribe mark around here? Okay. The Austrians were known for putting in rifled liners in their guns so they could actually replace them if they wore out. And they may have done that with this, but it's so neatly fitted it's hard to tell. But that's a possibility worth examining. It could either be just a lathe turning mark, or it could be a separate liner that was pushed in there that's this thick, which would make a lot of sense. Now let's go look at a couple of the best, most interesting pieces they have in the whole Navy Yard. The Venetian howitzers. Got one here, one over there. A pair. Read what the Navy says about a Venetian 5.75 bronze howitzer. Line of St. Mark identifies these cast famous arsenal in Venice. I'm sorry. They're believed to be trophies of the Barbary Wars. You see the copper runoff again down here. Copper under there. Copper under there. Now these were cast on a core because there's a thing called a crown or a crow's foot that has 3 or 4 legs. You see the iron sticking through? That was used to hold the rear end of the core. Very important to keep that from floating in the hot bronze. See the loop for mounting the elevating screw. So these are probably late 18th century, but because after that time they went away from the core casting. They made a lot stronger piece if you cast it solid and bored the bore out. So these are probably some of the end of the era of casting cannons with a core. Let's see how long these are with our trusty yardstick. They're just a little over 3 feet long, okay? I see possibly a number that might have been on the end of the trunnion here. This is the famous Lion of St. Mark. This one you can still read. It's trophy number 12. This I've seen in old pictures, this raised vent. If it's the same picture I saw, this has gotten a lot shorter through being dissolved by acid rain. It has just a hint of a rim base here. It's almost like they were embarrassed to put on a rim base. And again, somebody has decided to try and weld these onto the stands. Must have been done quite a while ago, because you just don't do that anymore. That kind of is seen as destroying your artifact. Bad practice. Don't do it. Don't try this at home. And I guess there was some weld there, but it's broken off. They're very historic pieces. Again, let's look at the Lion of St. Mark. You can't see his nose anymore. That's dissolved off, and he's about ready to go blind. Another couple of years and he won't have any eyes or a face. Just really too bad. When I saw the pictures of these taken in 1866, one of them anyway, that Lion of St. Mark stuck way up. It was about, I don't know, must have been overall a half-inch high. You could really see it. But now the poor little lion is kind of dissolving away along with the rest of this wonderful old cannon. Historic, you know, history running off into the ground. Go look at the other one. Similar situation. Green stuff underneath. Got a different number here, as you'd expect. You see, any depression retains rainwater, and the rainwater has more time to work on it. And so you can see how that bronze is getting eaten away right here, because it's kind of a sharp edge. This is trophy number 11. I can just barely read that. And this lion still has a little bit of his nose and both eyes, but that won't last long. I'd really hope we get these suckers inside somewhere. I mean, if they can't preserve them, put them back out here. Let's put them inside so that that'll stop the dissolving process anyway, and then they can figure out what they want to do from there. But it's just kind of sad to leave them outside because you can't replace them. There's only two. There's probably none in Venice anymore. The only ones around are here, and we got to show our good custodianship of priceless artifacts and do a little better with it. See again that partial rim base, and again somebody tried to weld it to the mount, or braze it maybe, and they tried to do the same thing over here. It looks like they probably were using electric welding or brazing, because it looks like their stinger got away from them and they put a gouge in it over here. It looks like it's melted from a welding stinger over here. Beautiful historic weapon. Got to take better care of them though. Look at the bird droppings on top. Birds love these things.